Bakit po natin luluwagan? What is your logic behind that?
Logic being...
I cannot concur with your statement as a lawmaker.
Because yung iba po ay binibigyan lang po ng permit to carry na with 500 rounds.
Nanalo na nga sila with that eh.
Yes, sir.
Why do you have to loosen the law? For you to win again?
Sir Efren Reyes, kasamahan ko sa pelikula. Ilan ba napatay mo sa pelikula using licensed
Ilang beses
firearms?
na akong pinatay. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Your
You
Honor.
are now recognized, Mr. Efren Reyes Jr. Go ahead.
Thank you po. As a representative of Philippine Shooters and Match Officers Confederation headed by former TESDA Secretary Suharto Mangudadatu, former congressman too. I'm being the Vice President external of PSMOC. The position right now is I agree with mostly of all their resentments and with regards to the mga bills na they're trying to pass, and the position right now for PSMOC is with the shooters. Ever since the enactment of the RA 10591, we have been what you call this disenfranchised. Nawala na po ang karapatan ng mga shooters with regards to permit to transport. Before, we were enjoying permit to transport na 6 months, even yung iba nga mga binibigyan pa ng 1 year na permit to transport to all firing ranges in the Philippines, including practices and competitions. Ngayon, we are merely limited to 5 days for every competition. Wala pang, kung magpa-practice ka, kailangan pang kumuha ng permit to transport ulit. Masyadong nalilimitahan yung galaw ng mga shooters natin, where in fact our shooters also represent the Philippines in world competitions. While limiting our practices and competitions, nahihirapan tayo sumali. But in fact, lately we have been champions in word shoot. Mr. Topacio, saan yun? 1, 2, 3, silang tatlong pan-Pilipinas lahat ang nanalo. Australasia ba? We are one of the best shooters in the world. If we restrict our shooters, baka bumaba tayo sa standing natin. Yun lang po ang request ng PSMOC for this time.
Mr. Reyes, I would like to disagree with you. Wala pa naman itong mga batas na ito nung nanalo ng 1, 2, 3, di po ba?
Ito na po.
Naman eh. It's the present law kung bakit nanalo yung ating mga competitors na sinasabi mo. Why would you say na hindi naman nanalo kung ipapasa natin itong mga bills na ito?
Nalilimitahan po yung ibang mga shooters natin.
Hindi na nalilimitahan nun. Nanalo na nga sila eh. Ikaw na mismo nagsabi.
Opo. Yung iba po, meron ka...
So, ibig sabihin, kailangan natin luwagan.
Luwagan lang po natin.
Bakit po?
Ha? Dahil nalilimitahan po yung mga competitors natin.
It's limited by law. Bakit po natin luluwagan? What is your logic behind that?
Logic being...
I cannot concur with your statement as a lawmaker.
Because yung iba po ay binibigyan lang po ng permit to carry na with 500 rounds.
Nanalo na nga sila with that eh.
Yes, sir.
Why do you have to loosen the law? For you to win again?
Or to maintain?
Maintain lang po natin.
Siguro yan.
That's why I do not agree with your point, Mr. Reyes.
Kasi nga po, yung mga nakaraang mga chief PNP po, I'm not mentioning na, napunta po sa chief PNP ang pagbibigay ng permit to carry sa mga sport shooters. We do not carry, we merely transport the firearms.
Hindi, ang point ko, Mr. Reyes, with the present law, nanalo na kayo ng 1, 2, 3, yun ang sabi mo eh.
Opo.
Tapos ngayon, luluwagan para magkaroon kayo ng 5,000 na ammunition for one Kasi limited to 500 according to the law.
The 500 is for the transport of the firearm, of the ammunition to the range.
Yes.
Yung 5,000...
That is not enough.
The 500, usually po, 500 is kung minsan kinukulang pa ang shooter sa firing range for a competition.
Yung PNP, do you agree with that? That 500 is not enough for practice? For one practice session?
They can replenish it.
Under the law, they can replenish. Oh, what's the problem?
Tapos, ay,
Wala palang problema eh.
So kung ang sinasabi ni Chairman Ako ay we created champions, di ba? The best, no? Using the present law. And in this bill, increasing the amount of ammunition, no? Parang hindi natin nabibit yung purpose, di ba? Unless that we wanted to have more champions, no? In different categories. So probably that's the best answer.
yes, Mr. Chairman, we will just submit our position paper later.
Okay. Alright. Kasi yun lang yung narrative po ni Chairman Akop that since we have already approved yung law and we created champions at mga magagaling sa buong mundo, palagay ko ay marami pa na maghahangad kung mas marami yung nagagamit natin mga ammunition during practices ng mga associations. Anyway, siguro Chairman, ako, we will be discussing that thoroughly on the technical working group. Talagang medyo masalimuot tong issue to. So we will be proceeding to the next Mr. Topacio, are you raising your hand?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Mr. Chair, to answer the question of the good Congressman Ako, I think si Mr. Reyes, hindi niya masyado explain. A lot of these shooters during the gun ban, and most of the time when they practice, a lot of them are in the US, because in the US, they don't restrict ammunition. If you talk to any shooter here in the Philippines, especially those who compete abroad, I mean, my brother is part of the national team for shotgun, and he can only bring a certain amount of rounds during practice rounds. The minimum amount of ammunition, if you want to train competitively, if you want to go to the World Cup, if you want to join the Olympics or the SEA Games, is at least 1,000 to 1,500 rounds a day. And we are only being allowed, I believe, if you're a sport shooter, 500. And during that time, Mr. Chair, even if you replenish, it takes probably a week at most to get a permit to transport. Whereas if you're a competitive shooter and you're representing the Philippines, you would need to practice almost every day if possible. So I think that is the reason why these proposed amendments are being kaya siya linalatag po sa inyo, Mr. Chair. It's not only to allow yung amount of ammunition to be owned, but also most of the reason is because sport shooters really need to practice with a lot of ammunition. And bear in mind po, Mr. Chair, with the increase of ammunition na pinapropose po dito sa House Bill, from what we understand, this does not only include the civilians. Because as gun stores po, whenever we sell ammunition, even to law enforcement, may it be the PNP, NBI, PDEA, AFP, when they buy ammunition in their personal capacity, we can only sell them 50 rounds.
Okay, that's understandable. Now, medyo, before, sige, Congressman ako, then Congressman Plato.
Kasi yun lang ang provided for by law and you have to abide by that. Di ba? That is what the law says. Otherwise, criminal cases will be filed against you.
Yes.
If you violate that.
Yes. That's why we support the amendment nga po, Mr. Congressman. Thank you po.
Alright, so we will be medyo umiinit na ang ating discussion, and that's the reason why we need to create a technical working group on this matter. Kasi medyo contentious yan. Pero because we have an existing law and we have to follow it, and that's the reason why meron tayong amendments na gagawin natin. But of course, it will be also debatable on the technical working group. Congressman Plato, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Ito question ko, I would like to direct Mr. Chair sa mga gun owners, itong mga gun clubs. Mr. Chair, yung bang Mr. Reyes, meron ba kayong mga, tuloy ba yung mga continuing seminar tungkol dito sa mga, kasi nangyayari dito sa umpisa lang ang seminar, may lisensya 5 or 10 years of license ngayon, dapat siguro may continuing para sa mga storage practices, yung mga tungkol na updated laws and regulations, at saka yung mga conflict resolution techniques and responsible handling of firearms in various situations. Meron ba tayong ginagawang seminar o doon lang sa umpisa? Sa umpisa lang ba?
Meron naman po mga gun ownership na na mga nagpapaseminar. Sino ba yung mga nagpapaseminar sa responsible gun ownership? Merong isang group na kina 50 ba? Unfortunately, 50 is not here to what do they call the group?
Mr. Chair, may I?
Ma'am, you are now recognized, please.
Sir, before one can get a license to own and possess firearm, they have to go through a gun safety seminar.
Yeah, of course.
However, along the way, many of the firearm dealers and those also who conduct shooting ranges have classes very often, which the enthusiasts are free to join, whether they want to learn more about how to properly shoot or more also on proper maintenance and following the law regarding the firearms and ammunition that they have.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, salamat po. So we'll be proceeding to the next resource person from Mr. Charles Khalid S. Rico. Nandito po siya. Okay, sir, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, for having us. My name is Charles Khalid Rico, and I represent the online community of Philippine Ricochet Line. This is a YouTube and Facebook community that talks about Philippine gun laws and gun ownership in general. This is a 12,600 strong community, and we also are allied with the Jose Rizal Ventures. This is an online community that has over 56,000 subscribers in YouTube. So first off, I would like to express my gratitude for having us here. And just as a high-level overview of our stance on the House bills, first off, we are very thankful that we are having this discussion on amendments for RA 10591. I think this is very important to helping us all come to an agreement on how we can improve things so that we can make things better for law-abiding gun owners. So, first off, I would like to note that there are 3 Senate bills. Just as a high-level feedback on what we have so far. For House Bill 00893, and this is the House bill that that requests, for example, amendments be made to increase the penalties on notification of lost firearms and on notification of address changes. We would like to express our reservations and even opposition to this, and we believe that we want to incentivize reporting of lost firearms and not to penalize it. So if we are to make sure that people report their lost firearms or change in addresses, we want to make it easy for them to report these things and not to punish them for it. This is very important because a lot of fellow Filipinos here, us here in Metro Manila, it's easy to do these reports. But if you're in the provinces, it's very hard. And for OFWs especially, this is also very difficult. So we would like to request that that we do not have these changes, because one thing that we also like to point out is that 100,000 is very excessive. Some firearms only cost 10,000, and then you're penalizing them 100,000 for its loss. So I think that's very unfair. So for the next one, we have House Bill 9718, which in summary limits the ownership of Type 5 licensed gun owners to just 20 firearms, and everything else is to be surrendered to the PNP-FEO. We would also like to express our reservations, even opposition to this bill, to this House bill, because with all due respect to this proposal by Brother Eddie Villanueva, this is practically legalized confiscation of hard-earned property. This is, well, pardon the term, legalized theft, and would be very unfair to people who own more than 20 firearms for you to just simply surrender it to authorities without any compensation whatsoever. I think that if we are to ever require something like that, there should be compensation at the very least, but even so, if that is the case, where are we going to get the budget for it? I would rather have that budget be spent on infrastructure and healthcare and education rather than on buying properties in excess of 20 firearms. You know, firearms owned by people who own more than 20 firearms. So I think this is unfair to those to Type 5 license owners. Another thing is that we would like to express our opposition as well to the requirement that we only limit firearms ownership to 50 rounds. This is also unfair to a lot of people who live in the provinces because they have to travel very far just to get 50 rounds. And you're gonna go through those 50 rounds in a day. Especially if nakatira ka, for example, sa Batanes, ano? If you live in the faraway islands, you're gonna spend a lot of time and money just getting 50 rounds, and then you're gonna spend that very quickly, and you have to come back again and have to get the requisite paperwork for that, which is the PTTFA for each purchase of firearm, which is a big hassle to gun owners. Finally, for House Bill 11141 by Honorable Representative Dan Fernandez, we would like to express our full support to every part of this. This is very helpful to gun owners, and we have already submitted our 3 position papers on each House bill, and we will be more than happy to discuss this in detail in future hearings. So for that, I would like to thank you, Honorable Dan Fernandez, for this House bill. It's very helpful.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Rico. You have submitted to us your position paper. Okay, so we'll be distributing that to the members of this committee, and especially to the members of the technical working group that will be created in a while. So, Mr. Paul Ong Tevez, ng Pistolerong Pinoy, you are recognized.
Magandang umaga po, Mr. Chair, Honorable Congressmen, mga panauhin at mga resource persons. Una, nagpapasalamat po kami sa pagkakataon na ibinigay niyo po sa amin na nasa gun community na mapakinggan po ang boses ng mga responsible gun owners. Ako po si Mr. Paul Tevez, mas kilala po sa online o social media, Pistolerong Pinoy. In behalf of the responsible gun owners or the gun community, nais po namin iparating sa kinauukulan ang mga sumusunod. Actually, marami po yung mga proposals na ito eh. Kung i-gather ko po yun, kulang po yung page ng aking ano. So ilan lang po ito sa mga proposals na gusto ko iparating ngayon. Yung iba kasi sinabit ko na po sa aking position paper. Ito lang po yung mga example po ng mga naisip parating ng gun community. Una po, yung validity po ng permit to carry firearm outside the residence o yung PTC FOR. Sa kasalukuyan po kasi nasa 2 taon lang po tayo, 2 years, ano po. Ang gusto po namin o yung proposal po namin, gawin man lang po ito na 5 years. 5 years po, pero sana hindi po yung excess yung fee. Kasi ang nangyari po sa fee natin yung unang taon po, yung dati ang PTCFOR po ay isang taon nasa 6,200. Nung ginawa pong 2 taon, na double the price po yun. So ang gusto po sana ng gun community, parang sa LTO license po, no, na-extend po siya ng 10 taon pero yung fee, ganun pa rin po. Sana po mapagbigyan po kami. Number 2 po, yung streamlining po ng requirements para sa pagkuha po ng PTCFOR. Kasi sa pagkuha po ng PTCFOR, kailangan pa po natin ng threat assessment. At sa threat assessment po kasi selected lang po yung mga exempted sa threat assessment sa pagkuha ng PTCFOR. No? Sa tingin po ng gun community, lahat naman po tayo ay may threat. Hindi lang po sa bahay. Paglabas po natin, hindi po natin alam kung ano po yung pwede mangyari sa atin. Pwede po tayong maging biktima ng crime o mga, alam niya po, mga masasamang loob. Sana po, prayers po namin, tanggalin na lang po sana yung threat assessment. And ito, last na po ito. Yung issuance po ng permit to transport ng 5.56 rifles o 7.62. Sa ngayon po kasi ang nai-issuehan lang ng permit to transport ay mga pistols, revolvers. Sana po mapagbigyan po tayo. Bakit po kailangan natin ng permit to transport ng mga rifles? Kasi po, para po makapag-practice po kami sa range. And hindi po natin masasabi, wag naman po sana mangyari, no? Pagka magkagulo po rito, kami pong mga legal gun owners ay pwede pong maging force multipliers. Kaya po, paano po kami magiging force multipliers kung yung mga rifles po namin ay nakatambay lang po sa bahay o nagiging paperweight lang po, nakadisplay lang po nasa gun cabinet? Sana po mga sir, bigyan po ninyo kami ng pagkakataon na mailabas po namin ang aming mga rifles upang makapag-practice po kami. Huwag po kayo mag-alala, kami pong mga responsible gun owners ay dumaan po sa mga requirements po ninyo, neuropsych, drug test. Sumunod po kami sa lahat ng mga requirements, patakaran po ng kinauukulan upang makakuha po kami ng LTAP. Sana po it's about time na pagkatiwalaan niyo naman po ang mga responsible gun owners. Huwag niyo po kami pagdudahan o hindi po kami yung kalaban. Sabi nga po nila Ma'am Gina, pare-pareho po tayong galit sa mga loose firearm. Sila po yung nagko-cause ng crime, hindi po kami. At kung meron man po na meron po man mga responsible gun owners na gumawa ng crime, I think it's about less than 0.1% lang po yun, ayon po sa statistics. Muli po, nagpapasalamat po kami, mga legal gun owners na sa gun community, sa pagkakataon na binigay po niyo sa amin.
Mr. Chair. Okay, Congressman, are you done with your, are you done, no?
Apo.
Sige, Congressman Busita, please.
Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang i-clarify kay Mr. Ong Tevez. Ano po ang basis ninyo para sabihin ninyo lahat tayo may threat?
Kung nababalitaan naman po natin sa mga balita, sa mga newspapers, sa mga TV, may mga naho-hold up po, yung mga ganon, nabibiktima po ng crime.
So, Mr. Chair, is Mr. Ong saying na even ordinary employee dito may threat? Ganun po ba? Gusto ko lang malinawan po. Kasi medyo nakakatakot yung nyo po para sa mga ordinary individuals na lahat pala may threat.
Yeah, what I'm saying is meron po tayong potential na maging victim po ng mga crime, mga street crimes po.
So insisting po kayo na lahat may threat? Lahat? Ibig sabihin pong lahat, 100% ng Pilipino may threat? Yun po ba gusto niyo sabihin, Mr. Tevez?
Pwede po yun. Opo.
Hindi po yung pwede. Ang gusto ko pong i-clarify sa'yo, Pag sinabi po ninyong lahat, 100%, kahit yung mga bata na inosente.
Ay, hindi naman po, hindi naman po.
So,
I stand corrected po, Your Honor.
paki-correct po ninyo kasi hindi po tama yon na parang sobrang gulo na sa
Ay,
Pilipinas.
hindi naman po. Hindi po yung ibig kong sabihin, Your Honor.
Pwede po ba, Mr. Chair, na ma-strike out yung kanya statement
Yes
na
po.
lahat may threat?
Right, so there's a motion to strike out that
Thank you po, Congressman
portion of your
Busita. Thank you
position.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congressman Ako, please.
point of order. I think the resource person is willing to withdraw from his former statement. So there's no need for us to come up with a motion to strike out the statement.
Opo. I stand corrected po. Sorry po.
Okay, so we'll be striking that out. The COMSEC is hereby directed to strike that portion of his statement. Are you satisfied, Congressman Busita?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Kinorek ko lang, Mr. Chair, kasi yung ating pong mga kababayan, medyo naalarma pagka may mga information na hindi naman tama. Ang dami na nga fake news, dadagdagan pa natin. Maraming salamat po,
I
Mr. Chair.
agree with that. We have to be careful with our statement. No?
Sorry po, Your Honor.
Yeah, we understand. But especially now that yung social media ay napaka-bumilis pumikap ng mga statements that are being delivered on every committee on the House of Representatives. So let us be careful. Alright, so we'll be proceeding to the next resource person, yung advocate for better gun rights, si Attorney Brian Go. Brian Go.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. You are recognized, please.
Thank you, the Honorable Chairperson. First of all, I would like to thank this Honorable Committee for inviting us all here and are gathered here today to take time out of their days to conduct a committee hearing. To reiterate some of the sentiments of the fellow resource persons, we would like to express support to the bill submitted by the Honorable Chairperson, and also I also would like to reiterate some of the reservations presented with House Bill 9718, specifically as mentioned by Attorney Rodriguez regarding the limitations of the number of the firearms, as well as the limitation on the amount of ammunition. I'm also a sport shooter with arms corps, and actually if we were to limit the 50 rounds to an individual, that's usually just one long course of fire, so it's not really enough. I understand that I also was able to submit a position paper to this honorable committee, to which I attached my Juris Doctor thesis, which with the help of the PNP, recognizing the presence of Police Lieutenant Colonel Tadeo, the Chief Legal Officer of the PNP, who aided me in that research and was most instrumental in submitting that. I've also attached that to my position paper for the consideration of this honorable committee, and I'm also honored to be able to discuss some of those matters tackled there regarding proposed amendments and whatever comments we may have at the most opportune time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll be proceeding to the next resource person, Filipino Responsible Shooters Association Incorporated, headed by Raymond Alan O. Santos. You are now recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair. House Bill number 9718, aralin po natin maigi, masyadong mabigat po yung penalties na ipinapataw po dito, at lubos po namin sinusuportahan ang House Bill number 1141. Lalong higit po yung pagpapalawig ng permit to transport sa aming mga sport shooters. Dagdagan po sana natin kahit ilang buwan, dahil pag outside the region, alam na po natin yun, may certain bilang ng araw, kapos na kapos po yung bilang nito, at from 50 rounds ay ang prayer po natin ay maging 500 lamang po, maging makatotohanan, pagkat kung 50 lamang po ang madadala namin, paano po kami makakapag-practice noon? So bilang sport shooters, maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, at magsasabit na lang po kami ng position paper namin. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, last. Okay, uli na po. Si Captain Norman Pavia ng 7th Marine Brigade Reserve. Andito ba siya? Okay, sir, you are recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and to the members of the honorable members of this committee. We support the amendments to the current gun laws of the government of the Philippines to make it relevant to the current times and situation of the country. But we also, although we support, we also would like to state our objection and some of the provisions of the proposed bills. We will just submit our position papers on this, and maybe we can add some inputs during the technical working group. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so any other person or resource persons who have been invited to who wanted to give their position paper, and reminding all those who have been invited na i-expedite po niyo yung pagpapadala ng inyong pong mga posisyon sa issue ito. And now we will be proceeding.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Celio Dagok, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Before I forgot, mahirap kasi yung medyo may edad na, Mr. Chair, madaling makalimot. I would just like to 86. I would just like to request, Mr. Chair, si Mr. Topacio ba yung nagsabi na they need 1,500 rounds a day? So, for purposes of discussion in the technical working group, we would like to request Mr. Topacio to submit position paper or undertaking that will confirm that really the shooters competing here or international competition needs 1,500 rounds a day.
Mr. Congressman, we're more than happy to get our shooters to sign an undertaking stating that they need 1,000 rounds a day po.
Thank you.